Good afternoon. This is Laura Belanger from the National Weather Service Atlanta with your weekly weather briefing for North and Central Georgia. So the highlights for this holiday weekend and into early next week, we really have returned to these near normal temperatures, and we are expecting above normal precip chances through the next 7 days. And really, we're seeing this increased coverage of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms, and the possibility of those storms lingering into the early morning hours. Now, for the 4th of July, for those of you who really want that message right up front, we're looking for morning conditions to be very muggy, and then afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms to again have that coverage that's a little bit higher than normal. And then for developing drought conditions, we'll talk about that for a minute, but an active wet week for us could keep degradations at bay. So as far as what the current conditions are showing, this is from earlier this morning, ending about an hour or so ago. You can see that we really do have a decent amount of cloud coverage over the area, and you're able to see that more enhanced moisture axis across the southeast, and that's really adding to the fuel for those diurnal storms to develop each afternoon and evening. Now this enhanced cloud cover and precipitation under this high pressure ridge is going to really promote those seasonal temperatures, which I know is a welcome change from what extreme temperatures we were seeing in the last week. Now this weather pattern that we're in is going to be moist and really conditionally unstable. And again, as I mentioned, it's going to continue for the holiday weekend, and then as we get into early next week. Every day we're expecting those showers and thunderstorms to really start kicking off maybe about 11 a.m. or so and continue through the late evening hours. So this is what the Weather Prediction Center has us looking like in our weather pattern for later today. So you can see the high pressure over the southeast area, and then those kind of rainy conditions that have been outlooked. And then that continues as we get into Friday. That high pressure still lingers, and then again on Saturday. So, you know, what we would consider a dirty high, so it's where moisture is trapped underneath that high pressure ridge, and it really is fueling those showers and thunderstorms and enhancing them in a way that isn't as seasonal for us. Now those closer to normal temperatures that we can expect, note here that there's 4 different charts on this slide. You can see Atlanta, Athens, Columbus, and Macon there circled. And so for these 7-day forecasts, we're seeing near normal or very seasonal temperatures with sort of a gradual warming trend as we get into Sunday, Monday, and then into midweek next week. So we're not looking to break any records, but you can see we've got muggy morning temperatures in the 70s, and some of those days high temperatures are reaching the upper 80s and into the low 90s, particularly in the Athens and Macon and Columbus areas. Now I know that these images that you're looking at here are rather small, but I'm trying to hit home the message that each day is a bit of a carbon copy of the day prior. So our rainfall chances really do look similar as we get into early next week. So you can see today on the far left, it does appear right now, based on the models, that maybe tomorrow might have the highest rainfall chances, and we're looking anywhere between the upper 60s and into the low 70%. But as we get into Saturday, Sunday, and then into Monday and Tuesday, Monday being 4th of July, you can see that we're generally looking at anywhere between 40 to 60% chance of rain across North and Central Georgia. So these scattered, diurnally driven thunderstorms are expected every day through Tuesday, and really this pattern doesn't shift into a change until late next week. Now our chances for organized severe weather is really low. We're not looking at a front to come barreling through the state, and it's got a predictable timing to it. These are going to be your traditional pop-up showers and thunderstorms, and just a little bit better in coverage. And so we're expecting these to have gusty winds, frequent lightning, and the potential for some locally heavy rainfall. And again, as I mentioned, the storm coverage or chances is going to be highest there on Friday. Now, as far as our forecast rainfall amounts are concerned, this is the 7-day total, so it does go out through July 7th, and there on the morning on July 7th. So all in all, the totals for the week seem to be very manageable from a flooding standpoint. So you can see here that the totals are maybe anywhere between 0.75 inches to close to 2 inches for the week. But when you parse that out by day, it's generally half an inch or less. But of course, the caveat is that your daily rainfall amounts could be locally higher, particularly if you are in an area that is seeing persistent or training showers and thunderstorms over one spot. Now, does this wet period continue into next week? And I sort of alluded to that maybe by next weekend we could see a bit of a transition into a different weather pattern or weather regime. But at least for July 7th through 13th, the Climate Prediction Center has provided this outlook to us, so you can see above normal temperatures and above normal precip has the greater probability out through those days. Now, we did see some degradations in our drought conditions this week. So the image you see on the left was published this morning. That is the United States Drought Monitor, again published this morning, and you can see that the D1 moderate drought conditions have expanded westward into portions of North and Metro Atlanta, and then further south, even as far west as Americus, including the Albany area. D2 conditions are also present there in Savannah and the greater Savannah area. The image that's on the right is showing the change map from last week, so you can see any of those light yellow colors is where those conditions have worsened in the last week. So again, any rainfall that we get this week can be helpful. We generally need anywhere between an inch to an inch and a half of rain to stay status quo, given this time of year. Now, to shift our focus for a moment and go to the tropical outlooks, this is the NHC tropical map from this morning. You can see that the 5-day outlook does have 3 areas highlighted. And so we've got the one here, on the far eastern side. You can see that there's a 10% chance of development there over the next 5 days. The second area to watch is in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's looking like a 40% chance of development more in the shorter term, but this is for the next 5 days. And then the last one is potential tropical cyclone 2, and so the image that just popped up there is from the Hurricane Center. It does show it developing into a tropical storm by Friday morning, and then as it moves out into the Pacific, that it does strengthen to a hurricane possibly by Monday. So that one in particular is not going to be impacting us here in the southeast, but worth noting nevertheless. Okay, and as far as our overall threat outlook goes for the next 5 days, I know that some of you are making staff or other logistical plans for the weekend and headed into the holiday on Monday, so you might find this a little helpful. All in all, we're not expecting much in the way of high impact weather unless you do have a stronger storm that develops. But again, there's no organized threat, just a few stronger severe storms possible there Friday through Tuesday. And it does appear that our temperatures and heat index values will be highest on Monday and Tuesday as well. Okay, so in summary, we do have those closer to normal temperatures, but above normal precip coverage through the next 7 days. And some of those storms, although our main concern is going to be in the afternoon and evening time frame, they could carry over into the wee morning hours as well. 4th of July does appear to be a muggy morning, so any parades going on, that might be a little uncomfortable, but all in all, temperatures are not as high as they could be, but we're still looking at those seasonal normal high temperatures in the 80s with some heat indices that could make it into the 100-degree mark or 101, with those afternoon showers and thunderstorms providing some wet but albeit still some relief from those warmer temperatures. And then as far as our drought conditions go, this active week could help keep any additional degradations at bay by this time next week. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can do so by phone, through our website, or on social media. And thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have a great 4th of July.